The best of all worlds come alive on the PC, but this year it set the stage for a fierce battle of over 6,000 games, ranging from roguelite Metroidvanias, co-op puzzlers, and some big comebacks. With numbers of almost 3 million user scores and 4,600 critic reviews, What to Play presents 10 of the best PC games this year, all arranged by PlayScore. To check out our full list, visit our website at whattoplay.com. Link in the description box below. Today's video is brought to you by Gold Inc., a gold mining mobile app that can earn you real-life cash? Find out more about them later in the video.
Rose, where are you?
Starting off at 10th place is Resident Evil Village. Capcom's latest RE entry took the world by storm, as we've seen from the many internet memes. But we all know Village is more than just tall vampire ladies. According to GameSpot, it is an intelligent reintroduction of the best action elements of Resident Evil. Despite Village's reliance on action, especially with Chris's episodes, the action never overstays its welcome. The overall horror experience is still unmatched. It's a wild ride of all things terrifying, from werewolves to creepy dolls. A DLC is in the works, adding some more memorable scares for our favorite RE characters. It receives a play score of 9.01. Ranked 9th is Inscryption. Speaking of horror, this Devolver-published title seamlessly blends horror elements into its simple, yet complex deck-building roguelite gameplay. The dark themes are intentional, as Inscryption delves into psychological horror and escape-the-room challenges. Think of it as Saw, except you actually have a fighting chance. For anyone interested in playing this one, it's best experienced blind, as the many surprises in its fascinating story is sure to blow your mind. GameSpot gave it a score of 8, praising its gameplay, saying, "Not only is the core card game at its best, but it's also where those mechanics are best served by the richly atmospheric trappings surrounding them." Only on the PC for now, it receives a play score of 9.02. Our 8th spot belongs to Loop Hero. Another one published by Devolver, 4 Quarters Loop Hero is a combination of multiple genres crammed into one interesting game. The result is a deeply absorbing and rewarding game, according to TechRaptor, who gave it a score of 9. The balance between its roguelike deck building and idle clicker combat makes for an addicting experience. Since the game is loaded with stuff to read and instructions to follow, it can be intimidating at the start, but after a few enemy encounters and some failed runs, you'll get a picture of what this game is all about. Are you up for one more loop? A play score of 9.04. 7th in the list is Ender Lilies, Quietest of the Nights. Livewire's Metroidvania game follows the same beats as titles like Hollow Knight, but its impeccable art style and haunting atmosphere shows us how to improve on a well-known formula. Ender Lilies doesn't break the mold for Metroidvanias, but its engrossing gameplay and eye-catching presentation serves a great example of how to execute them well. The journey throughout this grim and gothic world can get tough, especially for the newbies, but that's just one of the quirks of the genre. It is up to you if you're up for the challenge. A play score of 9.09. 6th place belongs to Mass Effect Legendary Edition. BioWare's epic science fiction opera already had everyone's attention years ago. This re-release just made it all the more accessible to new audiences and those who want to relive Commander Shepard's adventures. The Legendary Edition manages to fix most of the original trilogy's problems. All 3 Mass Effect titles got their own gameplay and lightning polish. This resulted in a variety of quality-of-life improvements that made saving the galaxy from the Reapers less of a hassle. Mass Effect is still considered one of the best RPGs ever made. This collection may become the template for the Mass Effect games in the future. It receives a play score of 9.09. Before we tell you the next game, let's talk about our sponsor, Gold Inc., the gold mining simulator that lets you earn real-life cash. But wait, there's more. Not only is it play to earn, it's also free to play. However, the journey won't be so simple. Thankfully, you'll get $10 million in cash to work with. Use this to get the equipment to jumpstart your business and to set up defenses to protect yourselves from your cutthroat competitors. There won't be a gold rush all the time though. Some days it's just gonna be ores, but not to worry. You can sell these to buy more fuel to keep your digging days going. And when you do hit the jackpot, you can turn it into real-life riches by converting everything to their gold-backed cryptocurrency, the GXB, available on the Apollo wallet. As with anything NFT, it's much better if you get in early. It's only going to get more competitive from here on out. Get a head start by downloading it for free using the links in our description box. Don't forget to use our code 414-525-46 upon signing up. Rank 5th is Death's Door. Acid Nerve's diorama-like action-adventure pays homage to Nintendo's Zelda and FromSoft's Dark Souls. Death's Door's inspirations are clear, but what made the game even better is its strong approach to its combat and art style. Your quest around this bureaucratic version of the afterlife is packed with a gauntlet of challenges. The many enemy varieties, impressive boss fights, as well as the secrets hidden beneath its deceptive world are what make the journey interesting. The critics and user reviews on our website have spoken. It's a great game with a play score of 9.11.
This is where it all began. No, Raz. This is where it all ended.
Up 4th is Psychonauts 2. Double Fine's adventure game makes its grand return since forever. The end result was a satisfying trip into shape-shifting worlds and an engaging story centered around mental health. The sequel dabbles in audiovisual experience. The game knows you're in for a feast for the senses, and it doesn't hold back with the otherworldly presentation of its level designs. Game Watcher praised this short 14-hour campaign, saying, "It's bigger and better in just about every way imaginable." A play score of 9.16. Third in the list is Chicory, A Colorful Tale. On the topic of mental health, Greg Lobanov's indie RPG is a profound tale about finding beauty in the world. Chicory is an evocative tale that doesn't rest on its narrative alone, said GameSpot. It dazzles us with its hand-drawn art style that's begging to be inked. The zen-like satisfaction of coloring in its landscapes challenges us to test the limits of our imaginations. Once the colors are laid bare, Chicory shines and gives each one of us room to contemplate life and wonder what our little anthropomorphic dog can do next. A play score of 9.16.
Are you ready for the roller coaster ride of your life? No.
Second place is It Takes Two. The winner of this year's Game Awards, Joseph Fares' eccentricity manifested itself in this fantastic co-op adventure about two lovebirds falling out of love. We Got This Covered gave it a score of 4.5 out of 5, calling it a masterpiece of creativity and cooperative gameplay. Fixing the broken marriage of their two main characters never gets old. The goals are ever-changing. Its inventive levels use and combine mechanics to keep things fresh throughout its almost 14 hours of gameplay. It Takes Two takes you through a revolving door of genres and styles, and you'll be surprised where it will take you and your partner next. It receives a play score of 9.17. And the best PC game this 2021 is Disco Elysium: The Final Cut. Zom released the definitive experience of their standout PC title. With a fully voiced cast and more scenarios to discover, The Final Cut rounded out the RPG experience with more solid political paths. The branching narrative gives you hours upon hours of well-written storytelling, even when you're just messing around. Given how impressive the original was, it's even more impressive to see how much Disco Elysium has changed by this re-release. The oddball charm of Disco Elysium makes it one of the most refreshing role-playing experiences in years. TechRaptor's Robert Grosso said with a score of 9. The characters, the world, and its thought-provoking themes make room for some insightful discussions with friends. Assuming they play this game too. A play score of 9.26.